I greet you with peace. I greet you with love. Please help us share this message. It's a very quick, fast soul food, and we're talking about vaginal traumas. These things are so important to pay attention to, especially if you are a woman, because these are the type of topic today you will hardly hear about, because a lot of people still don't understand the real concept or the real meaning of the word traumas. So a lot of people still have that normal basic understanding that you must be raped before you are traumatized, you must have an accident before you are traumatized, which is also true. But when it comes to vaginal traumas, it is more than that. Yes, it's more than that. 80% of women today, their vagina is traumatized. And knowing this is something very special, because this helps you to know where your healing really needs to be focused and where your healing starts from. It's like going to the roots of the problem itself, because don't forget the vagina is the sacred chakra. It's close to your roots. So after the roots is your vagina, and that's what keeps you grounded, especially as a woman. That's what makes you connected to the Mother Earth and one with the universe itself. That's why we call you God. Yes. So there is a lot of people walking around today, women, going around with vaginal traumas. And vaginal traumas are these type of traumas that comes in a very different way that people think. One of the common way is through rape, through molested. Those are like the common way. But the area I really want to focus on, because that aspect we all know already, the area I really want to focus on is the aspect which people don't really pay attention to. Every vagina have our own memory bank. Every vagina, because like vagina is a living deity, as I always say, so every vagina have our own memory, have our own hearts, have our own language. So vagina is like a living being that is existing within you itself. So when you are a woman, the first day you start having your menstruation, the type of knowledge that was given to you before that event occurred is very important. Many women were not opportune to really have those basic knowledge. A lot of women have to always see it as something as shock. Some were even scared to say it out because they feel like something is wrong with them. They feel like they are sick or something. Especially when it happens, let's say you are just 11 or 12 years old, and it happens when you're in a public place, it stains you, so a lot of people kind of laugh at you, and things like that create also a trauma for the vagina herself. Then apart from that early stage of menstruation that also creates a trauma for the vagina when the mind was not prepared, apart from that, another way the vagina carries trauma is during that first moment you get this virgin. You know, they born you a virgin. And that moment where the man first lay with you, from that moment right there, there is also a memory left That's why it's very difficult for you to forget the first man who slept with you. Almost all women don't forget that moment, that day. This is very important. Why? Your vagina as a sacred gateway. The first day it was penetrated and open, the type of rituals and the type of energy that happens that day, it's something that plays 70% 70% role in your life forever. Why is this very important? If you check in the ancient cultures, a woman does not just go out there and is virgin. It has to always be done in like a ceremonial way. It has to always be done sometimes after marriage, the day of the marriage, and then they go and do it. Why was this very important? Why do the ancestors know this? They know that the vagina is a living being within that woman. And for that living being to be unleashed, because like you are unleashing something, for that living being to be unleashed, there have to be like a preparation, just like you want to give birth to a child now. On that day, you have to be prepared. You have to, before that day, they prepare you and organize you and take care of your womb and everything to make sure the baby is on the right position and everything. That's exactly how it is when it comes to this virgin. This virgin. That man that sleep with you that day, the type of energy he carry. Sometimes it's always a boy like you, a little girl. Most cases it's always like that. The type of energy that individual carry stays with you almost for life. And the way you were being disvirgined is also very important. It's important because if it was just done out of even your own consent, that's a very different, strong trauma. Then, if it was also done with your consent and your agreement because you were loved, because you are loved, that is also a very different thing. Why is this very important? It's important because the vagina have our own memory bank. Any way you treat your vagina save those memories. Any way you touch the vagina save those memories. So if your first day you are having the first penetration was not really done with care, love, adorness, protection, and everything, those strong passion, when it was not really there, then what your vagina will do at that day, at that moment, is your vagina will absorb all those things that come to her and always keep on that shape. And then the moment you start also growing now, as a young girl, teenager, maybe you don't have, we can't blame you now, maybe you don't have knowledge of self then. You always sleep with toxic men who don't even have respect for your body. They beat up your vagina, they don't treat your vagina nice, they just don't take care of your vagina. Some even spit on your vagina and do different nasty things really with your vagina. And those things that is being done to your vagina, being beat up, tap out, different things, expansion, everything, your vagina absorb those energies. She absorbed those memories. She has absorbed all those things that happens with her, and she save it. Why she's saving it, what you have to know is your vagina is connected to your brain, because at the end of your pelvis, you will notice that that is where they connected to the spine. There is no direct passage because the vaginal wall protects you from there. So at the end there is a wall there, but there is no direct passage. Does not mean it's not connected. There is a kind of how do scientists call it, that neuro, I don't know. There is a kind of energy that still connects it right there with your sperm. So when you carry vaginal traumas, all those energies will be stuck there. And when those energies are stuck there, that's why you see a lot of women today, they cannot stand straight. A lot of women today, they're always ashamed of themselves. A lot of women today, they cannot really bring their shoulder up and really stand as a goddess that they are. They can't do things. They always like to sneak around or hide behind something. Is because that energy right there is stuck and it's not floating. And everything that has happened there have sent the brain signal to the brain, and those things are affecting your day-to-day life. You might not pay attention to it. Your emotion depends in on the state of your vagina. The way you carry yourself depends on the state of your vagina. That's why I always advise a lot of women. Always wear good underwears. Always treat your vagina as something very special and dedicated, because however that's your sacred secret place look like, that is how your life itself will blossom. That is how your life itself will be reflecting. But if you are just the type who don't pay too much attention down there because you believe you are too busy, your head is too busy, you have a lot of things to do, because of that you don't even care what is going on down there, then you are missing something, because that place is your root itself. And when that place is not well taken care of, when it's not well healed, then your life in general will always be so chaotic. This is the fact. Your life in general will always be so chaotic. You will not understand why you feel some emotions, because all those emotions, everything are stuck down there. And they need to really, the energy really need to really be released so that it can flow back. Everything can be aligned. It's just like when your chakras are blocked. So if it's not free, it's the same thing with your heart, because when it's not free, you can't breathe well. So many women cannot even take like a deep breath. So many women, when they talk, you can see from their expression that their expression is stuck. It's not stuck because they are scared to speak. It's stuck because there is that blockade energy down there that is not allowing everything to really flow the way it should be. So vaginal traumas is not something we have to always be ignoring. It doesn't mean if you are not raped, you cannot carry the trauma. It doesn't mean if you are not abused, you cannot carry the trauma. The trauma can come in different ways. Different ways. Let's say, for example, you have a boyfriend, and every time this your boyfriend, with his huge penis and everything, all he do is to pieces and scatter your vagina for you. Yes, you will. Yes, you might be addicted to it, and it will be like a pleasure for you. That's also possible, because now that is all you know. But what you're really doing to that your vagina is you are creating a trauma for her, which will keep her always getting addicted to those type of things. Which means every toxic man that don't treat you right is what you will always get. Every toxic man that don't know how to really respect you and take care of you as a woman is what you will always attract, because that's not the type of energy you carry within you. And it does not also help there. Vaginal traumas also play a lot of role in your marriages. In your marriages. It play a lot of role in your marriages. It play a lot of role in things you do. It play a lot of role in things you in people you associate with. Because why? Vagina attract vaginas like her. What do I mean by that? It means the type of energy you carry down there is most likely the type of women you will also connect yourself with. So it's very good to pay attention to vaginal traumas. And those traumas right there, one of the easy steps you can start really paying them attention is by talking with your vagina. I always ask a lot of women, do you speak with your vagina? Some are always like, what are you saying? How do I talk with vagina? It's so simple. Get a journal, like a book. Every night before you sleep, take a book and write, how are you, my vagina? How are you feeling? Just be present and you will hear her talk. How she feel, how she have been treated, what she think, what she feel you are lacking. All these things might just sound like, what is my saying? that I know exactly what I'm saying. So pay attention to build a sacred intimacy with your vagina. Pay attention to build a very sacred relationship with your vagina. That will really help you now not just know yourself more and more, it will also help you now have a very deep sense of awareness with your own self. This has nothing now to do with masturbation. This means you knowing her, letting her know you are sorry for the ignorance, for the things you have done that have given her all these traumas. Because trust me, a lot of women, they have done a lot of things to their vagina, which is just out of ignorance. Because while the society today have colonized the mind of people, a lot of people now don't even really understand the basic of what really matters. So people always think uh, sex or love making is all about fighting or killing or doing whatever to just beat up the vagina and do lot of really hard things to the vagina. But the vagina is crying. She needs freedom from all this chaos. She needs to get back her own sacred nature. She needs to connect back to her own real essence where she's been adored, where she's been celebrated, where she's been recognized as this sacred porter. Because if we are saying woman is God, and the same woman that is God don't know how to protect these divine gates, don't know how to take very good care of these divine gates, don't know how to live this divine gate into our own natural essence, then something is missing. Then the balance is not there. So as a woman, please always focus on healing your vaginal traumas. Buy good oils you like. You can give yourself, you can look for a massage therapist. Give yourself a vaginal massage. Talk to her, hold her, send pure energy to her. Build that strong intimacy with her. Be connected to her. Do more vaginal gazing. When there is a sun, go to the sun and share her. Let her also receive the direct sunlight. It helps her. She loves it so much. Let her receive the direct sunlight. And it doesn't stop there. Sometimes you can go into the forest, look for like a soil or the sand, sit inside and leave yourself really open, like naked, and make sure you tap, make sure you tap the soil itself, you tap the ground itself. All this help you to connect back. And whenever you have your menstrual flow, always keep it as a very holistic period. If it's possible for you, take holidays from work. Sometimes it's 4 days, sometimes it's 3 days, sometimes it's 5 days, depends on your monthly cycle. Take those days off. Let it become a ritualistic act where you will always celebrate your divine feminine that you have. All this is very good because why? The more you heal the traumas of your vagina, the more your life as a woman, the more it transforms because then you start really connecting with the mother earth and the same time connecting with the universe itself. So always pay attention to her. Then when you have a boyfriend, a husband, or whoever, lecture them how to take good care of your vagina. Don't just open it for them and let them do what they want. No, some men don't know this because nobody has really teach them these things. Some men just get exposed to these things through porn, or so they view it from a very different paradigm. That you have to know yourself. So when the men come, you will be the one to educate them. Listen, this is my sacred space. This is how she's been treated. This is what she like. This is what she don't like. This is how she is. Those basic knowledge are very important because those basic knowledge is what now helps you build that goddess within you and keep expanding it. So pay attention to your vaginal traumas and start healing them today. Start by sitting always nice into warm water. Do your vaginal steaming always. Every full moon, try at least to do your vaginal steaming. Try to take care of what you carry down there. Treat it. Then when you have to wear underwears, let your underwears be classic. Let it be nice. Let it be 100% cotton. Use good materials. All these things are important because as you take care of her, that is the type of aura you will carry. It doesn't matter if you spend lots of money on your makeup or your hair and everything, but down there you don't care. That is so wrong. It doesn't matter if you buy a car of $200,000 or buy a house of $1,000,000 and down there you don't take care of her. That is so wrong. She is the first. So when she's okay, every other thing will be okay, including your emotions, your hormones. Everything will become so balanced and so easily in order. So this is just like the fast, quick soul food I want to share with you. I wish you a nice day and I send you peace. I send you love. Bye bye for now. We are doing some homework here. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.